What's up, guys? I'm gonna do something a little different today. I'm gonna time myself and see how long it takes to do a Bikhu start to finish. I have all the parts machined, but I have to grind, finish, assemble, tweak, lock up and detent, everything. Timer starts now. I will post this up for sale as anyone who is not going to Blade Show has a chance to get a build on this one right here. So I have to pick materials, lock up and detent, grind, finish. Timer starts now. I'll post some updates. Go. Okay, step one, I have all my parts picked. Going with a Nitro V, regular blade, doing these carbon fiber inlays, titanium with some tritium going in here. Step one. All right, step two, I gotta grind this tab off. Okay, so the tab is ground off. I'm going to lap the pivot hole and then assemble this and do detent hole. Okay, the build's assembled and I'm getting ready to do the detent hole. Don't mind my clunky fixture here. Gets the job done. I'm going to scribe my lock bar onto the blade, just using a razor blade here. Beautiful. Okay, next is to press in the detent ball, bend the lock bar, and I'm going to heat treat the lock face while I'm at it, featuring this sick mug I drew in second grade. Done. I also like to carbonize my lock face before doing lockup so I don't damage it at all. And I just have a shim here attached to my power supply and then engraver bit with a piece of carbide, classic. Nice carbonized lock face. This is Bikhu 126, by the way. And feel free to tell me if you think I'm doing any of this wrong. Ready to do lockup. Left drive mark. Close. So now I assemble and check it, and believe it or not, I actually nailed it first try. So Now we're almost ready to grind. So I'm going to scribe the center line on the blade so I know where to grind. Let that dry for a sec while I set my height. Beautiful. And before you start grinding, always make sure you have a cup of coffee so your hands are nice and steady. So my main bevels are set. They're just about finished. I have masked the pivot and detent track and stop pin track with my 3D printed jig. I'm hanging it on this little piece. I'm gonna go sandblast it, acid etch it, tumble it, then I'm gonna regrind the bevel and finish the swedge so I have some cool contrast on there. Okay, so the blade is all cleaned up, masked. I masked the lock face and now it goes in to our jungle juice. So out of the acid, cleaned it up. Look at that nice mask. 3D printing for the win. We're gonna throw it in the tumbler, a squirt of water. For like a minute. All right, back to the grinder now. Now I have nice contrast. Super crispy swedge and bevel. Very thin. We're almost done. Okay, I got stuff ready for the sandblaster. The sandblast all these other parts, gonna anodize some and leave some blasted. Okay, I have the titanium parts that I want to blacken hanging out in some hot acid. Then they'll go into my electrolyte bath and we'll put some power to them. Alright, here's our backspacer. Hooked up to the DC power supply. Turn it on. See, that goes pretty quick. There you go. Gonna go for some Zerk thumb studs. Perfect. Okay, so I'm setting some tritium vials in my hardware. Got to make sure that it is completely encased on the top and the bottom, all around. I try to get it as nice and smooth as possible. Then I'm going to cure this with some UV light. Beautiful. So now all of the parts are finished. Screws, hardware, blackened, everything done. Now I just have to assemble it and take it apart and tune it like 50 times. Probably not going to record that, but we're almost there. Believe it or not, I only had to take it apart like 2 or 3 times until I was happy with it. Been getting things really dialed in lately, so I'm gonna go sharpen it, which is the most nerve-wracking part because I could screw the whole thing up, which I'm not gonna do, but we're almost there. I'll clean it up, pack it up, make a card, and I'll list it on the website for anybody who watched the stories. Okay, knife is complete. I enter all the product information in, and I'm going to laser engrave a COA card. There you go. Bit driver. Knife. Card. Done. All right, so that took me about 2.5 hours going from having all the parts machined to doing all the finishing, grinding, take pictures, uploaded it to my website, made a card, packed it. It's ready to go. Obviously I was, going pretty quick to get that done. Just wanted to see what I could do. And we had tons of work into making all the parts ahead of time. And part of the reason that knives are so expensive is you could see all the equipment that is involved, many different processes, pieces of equipment, skills to have. It takes years to learn how to do this stuff. So thanks for watching. I'm gonna upload in the next story a video with a link if anybody wants to buy it. Thanks so much for watching. Go outside, enjoy some sunshine. Have a good weekend.